Stand by your beach towels as house guest heads to the island of Cyprus for dinner, bed and breakfast in the sun.
I've got a bit of a wet table here, my love.
Sorry.
Every day this week, one brave British host, supported by a loyal co-host,
It's called cooking, darling. Preparation and cooking.
opens up their home away from home to the most intimate scrutiny as four complete strangers come to dinner
Oh, no, that's real good.
and one of them moves in for the night.
To me, that's a mattress on the floor. I'm sorry, that's not a bed.
I don't really want to stay the night, to be honest.
The week's host with the most wins a cash prize and the coveted golden toothbrush. Prepare for a week of moussaka meltdowns
She is opinionated. That's what you get, I'm afraid.
and Greek tragedies
Have we burnt it?
on House Guest in the Sun. It's the second day of dinner parties on the beautiful Mediterranean island of Cyprus. Yesterday's hosts, Carol and David, kicked off the competition with a magnificent moussaka, Hull style, which went down well with all the guests except one.
It's not really the right sauce to put on a moussaka.
Carol transformed herself into a traditional Greek dancer.
That's a very hard dance to do, and she made it look easy.
Overnight guest Angie had a great night and awarded her hosts a very respectable 9. Giving them a total of 23 out of 30. Today we head to Geriskipu, a coastal town in the east of Paphos. Constructed on a hill overlooking the sea, it's famous for its beaches, Byzantine architecture, and its elegant pottery. Almost as famous is tonight's host, 40-year-old actor Val Nonielu, who, before he moved to Cyprus with his family 4 years ago, was a regular on the London stage and had a supporting role in the James Bond film Casino Royale. But will he win an Oscar for tonight's performance?
Now, this is all an experience to me because I hardly ever cook, right? So I'm under instruction and I just hope that I buy the right things.
And starring with him tonight is his wife of 10 years, 39-year-old Michelle.
I met my wife, Michelle, on a film 14, 15 years ago when I was still acting. And initially we met and we tried to set our brother and sister up together, but we ended up being together.
That fateful meeting has been a dream come true for the starry-eyed couple.
She's more of a dreamer than me, so sometimes I have to be a little bit more reflective and sort of like strategic and think about the future.
I like the way you say I'm a dreamer. Beg to differ. I love him. That's why I think our relationship is successful.
With 2 young children, Val and Michelle wanted to leave the hustle and bustle of London in search of a more tranquil way of life.
We wanted a place where the weather was nice and that there was a sense of freedom where they could go out and play outside and have the sort of childhood that we had. I mean, I was brought up in London, but I still remember being able to play out football on the street and use my coat as goalposts, which you can't do now.
I love my little home in the UK. I still do. And initially I missed it. I think back to the times we had in that space, and I do miss that. But equally, I love where we live now.
This is the 3-story house they now call home.
Our house in the UK was quite cosy, and it was neat and tidy. But you just don't get the space and the freedom. The homes in Cyprus are bigger.
Enterprising couple Val and Michelle withdrew a sizable chunk of equity from their 3-bedroom house in Thornton Heath and used the money to design and build their dream home in the sun.
I wanted to take things over from the UK. My wife wanted to start afresh and get big furniture. Right?
Looking at the size of that sofa, it's clear who won that battle.
Lots of things really here that I suppose show where we're from, because here one thing we do miss is the kind of cultural aspects of our culture,
heritage,
our
yeah.
life and stuff like that. So for me, it's important to decorate my home with lots of things that are from my culture, you know?
And also important in the design of the house is Val and Michelle's downstairs workspace. But while most people settle for a desk and a computer, this dramatic duo have a theatre.
What this actually is a youth theatre. We normally do practice for the shows and plays and everything in here, and do classes in here, as well as some of the other rooms, like the room that we created for the guests. So we do work in here, and then we take it into the theatre and put on the show.
And Val and Michelle are happy to put on a performance at the drop of a hat.
I mean, I was trained to be an actress and all of that sort of thing. And now I'm able to put those skills into play, really.
We are two idealistic lovies, really, two idealistic drama queens, you know, and we just want to, do you know what I mean? We just want to make the most of everything, really.
OK, we've seen your moves. Time to exit stage left and reveal how one of the dressing rooms has been transformed into a minimalist-style guest room.
This is the guest room. And we've kind of like, it's a makeshift room. We've created it because it's normally a practice space for the kids who do drama. This is the air bed that the guests will be sleeping on.
Yes, that's right. She said airbed.
This is how we live, and if it's good enough for my mum and my dad, it's good enough for them. Now, obviously, Joan Collins, Stella might not be her cup of tea, but, you know...
I think I'll be fine. I mean, I would go and sleep on this quite happily. So,
But Mish, remind me to blow this up.
yeah, please, because then it could be a problem.
So there's a put-you-up for the house guests to sleep on, but they have got an adjoining bathroom.
We try to keep it really simple. What I've tried to do, and again, is try to create that lovely hotel feel. So on Val's trip to Nigeria, we got a few of these lovely little cream shower, you know, things. Keep it clean, keep it simple, and hopefully they'll be comfortable.
But will their simple style be enough to score them points? Each host has to buy a gift which they think might impress the house guest, and Val and Michelle are hoping to shake things up a bit with their present.
I brought this for the guests. I mean, I had in mind lots of music, lots of Latin music and dancing and sounds. And so it's going to be a bit, you know, I thought it'd be quite funny. I wanted to be funny as well and humorous. So this was it.
So tonight's house guests can look forward to taking centre stage in Val and Michelle's downstairs bedroom. And if they're feeling adventurous, they could dress up in one of the costumes stored in the wardrobes.
Hats and stuff for the kids to wear.
Let's just hope the blow-up bed doesn't leave them feeling a little let down. But Val's got tonight well rehearsed and has cast his wife as the lead role in the kitchen.
I think she's a fabulous cook, and I'm sure that they're going to enjoy the food. I think that will be something which, if we get scored poorly on, I'll be disappointed, because I think she's a fantastic cook.
All this talk of food is making Val a little nostalgic.
I miss the good old British bakers. You know, I miss the way they do their donuts, the way we do our pastry. I just really miss, you know, the way we do our sausage roll. And I can't get into the Greek bakers. I still prefer good old British bakers.
But Michelle, who's originally from Guyana, is in charge of tonight's menu, and her old favourites are a little more exotic.
I'm Caribbean. I'm from the Caribbean.
You're actually from South America.
Why the Caribbean? Right.
South
Why the
America,
Caribbean? No, hold on. What we've seen is part of the Caribbean, and for me, it's how I cook, it's who I am, and it's important. I mean, I don't want to. Certainly on an occasion like this, I don't want to be cooking, you know, Italian. I mean, it wouldn't feel right to me.
Cyprus reaches average summer highs of 40 degrees, and Val and Michelle are planning to turn up the heat even more by bringing a spicy taste of the tropics to this Mediterranean island.
I've been marinating these prawns overnight. Is this going to form part of the dressing for the starters? I mean, I want a bit of spice to it, but I don't want it too much, too heavy or too hot, so they can't enjoy it. So fingers crossed.
Val and Michelle are kicking off tonight's feast of tropical flavours with prawn balls in a tropical sauce, followed by Creole salmon with cream and turmeric rice and stewed pumpkin, finishing with mango cheesecake in a rum sauce. All recipes can be found at itv.com/houseguest.
For this dish, these are crucial ingredients. The red Thai paste and the satay sauce, mixed up with some honey. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread it over the salmon, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. This is going to have a little kick to it, this fish. So I hope our guests can handle it.
And if they can't, at least Michelle's punch will keep them happy.
I've never done this punch before, which makes it all the more scary but interesting. Well, it's from a tropical recipe, but I'm adding the kind of rum in it.
Rum? Go easy, Michelle. No Caribbean meal is complete without a vegetable side dish, so Michelle is sending Val off to buy one vital ingredient, a pumpkin.
I think he's slightly anxious. I mean, he said he was. I think he is. I think he'll be all right, because he's had the experience yesterday as well. I think his main concern is making sure he's on top of everything.
Since moving to Cyprus, Val has managed to learn to speak a little Greek.
Oh, Panayamu. Θα ήθελα κάτι pumpkin. There is.
Unfortunately, the Greek word for pumpkin doesn't seem to be in his phrasebook.
In a pumpkin.
Michelle is packing a powerful punch back at home.
Mish said they'd have pumpkin here, and they don't have pumpkin. So I need to find out where I can get this pumpkin for, because it's a really essential part of our meal.
Hi, Val.
Hello, Mish. They don't have pumpkin here.
Oh my God, they must have pumpkin.
Mama, have you bought pumpkin here before?
I've seen it. There's this pumpkin by the door. It's massive. They just need to cut it.
Well, I can't see any pumpkin.
And my husband doesn't know what a pumpkin looks like.
Wait there. Wait there, I think I might see it.
He's a pumpkin.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
I just asked him to, because of course I don't want you to come back with that big thing. So just ask him to cut, enough for 8 or 10.
Tine.
Canerina.
Canerina.
Ne.
There is
He's trying to speak Greek now.
pumpkin. So.
No, Val, that's a melon.
He doesn't know, unbelievable. My husband doesn't know what a pumpkin looks like.
God almighty.
Bingo! But aren't pumpkins orange? Better check in with HQ.
Let me call my translator. Make sure that I've got the right thing. Huh? Kolodista. Kology. In ecology, yeah? Ah, in a pumpkinston Anglica. Thank you very much. Ah, I found the pumpkin.
Val returns home expecting applause.
I've got your pumpkin.
All of that, Val? Don't need all of this.
Oh, you can cut it, sweetheart.
We're going to be eating pumpkin for days.
A man's work's never done, huh?
Coming up, the guests check out the sleeping arrangements.
The bed was an inflatable bed. Stella found it a problem.
And the knives are out.
Can I ask you to please keep your knives and forks?
Absolutely.
Because
Definitely need starter knives and forks and main knives and forks.